Hey guys, it's Owen and we're now in September, which means that it's the start of university for a lot of people, and if you're anything like me, then moving into the next year of uni is both so exciting and so petrifying, because you're so excited about moving and all the new things you're going to be doing and seeing friends and meeting new people and etc, but you're also petrified of all of the stuff that is about to happen in this next year of university. Now, I did a first year university recap of my experiences at the University of Exeter, and a lot of people seem to really enjoy it, so I thought I'd do my second year recap for anyone heading into second year who wants a little bit of advice, whether they want to take it or not, on my experiences at my uni and sort of the things that I went through and the things that I learned. The first thing I will say is that in second year I felt so much more comfortable and felt like I knew myself a lot better. I was in a house, no longer in halls, and that was such a big difference. We did really get lucky and our house was brilliant and we loved it. It was like a massive house, like lots of room. But one thing that I will say is that we experienced a lot of troubles throughout the year with our landlord. I actually feel like I'm going to do a whole different video on my experience with my landlord, because wow, that was not fun at all. Now, I know it's like general knowledge that landlords usually aren't the nicest, but I feel like we really drew the short straw in this instance. But one thing of advice I really would say is if you're moving into your new lovely house that you're super excited for in second year is, my God, take photos of anything that's broken, write down anything that was there that you didn't bring with you, and make sure you're all on top of it, because it's actually no good if just one of you is taking photos. You need all of you to have the evidence and have the understanding that this is the condition that the house came in and this is how we're going to leave it, because it's going to save your ass at the end of the year when it all gets a bit stressful. I'd also say is start with all of the cleaning and the being on top of housework things from the beginning, because it'll be a lot easier to get into a routine that you set from the start, than rather than halfway through think, oh God, we need to be keeping on top of this that we weren't keeping on top of. Trying to develop some sort of cleaning rota is a really good way to not be murdering one another halfway through the year. That was something that we'd really struggle with throughout the year, is that we'd end up eating each other's heads off because of frustrations of this person hasn't taken the bins out or this person hasn't cleaned this. And also I would do a rota for just things like buying fairy liquid, buying bin bags. You won't realise until you're there that those are things that you need to be keeping on top of, and then you're not going to have any animosity that Sarah has bought 100 bin bags and Tom has bought none, because you would have bought an equal amount. I quite like the names Sarah and Tom. I really enjoyed cooking in second year, which I didn't think was going to happen, but I feel like because I didn't cook in first year, having this whole extra thing of, oh, I need to get back and cook, I loved in my first term. I sort of lost it in my second and third term, but it's something that I would definitely say is that if you haven't done a lot of cooking before, or even if you have, the second year is the perfect time to be like, I'm going to try my best to get into cooking, and to try new meals. And a lot of my flatmates ended up trying vegetarians. That was a really good thing for me, that I started trying veggie meals and trying to broaden my horizons on food. I would say to get a really simple cookbook, because that was a really handy way that I could keep on top of meals that I had done already or meals that I really liked and were really easy. My mum bought me this really nice cookbook which had a lot of really simple meals for students in, so get yourself a nice cookbook, because you will appreciate it when you're struggling for things to cook and you're bored of the same old fish fingers that you've been having for 7 days a week. Now, I was really lucky in my second year and my bills were included in my contract, and I didn't have to keep on top of it, but I would say to get some knowledge of bills, because now I'm in a house in my third year that bills aren't included, and it is a lot more, you need to be keeping on top of it. You need to be making sure that you're paying one another when you need to, and just try and get the best deal for everything. I've been struggling finding Wi-Fi recently, and I've found recently that BT are doing a new student Wi-Fi deal, which I think is really cool and a really good idea. Because if you're struggling to find a contract that is 12 months or 9 months or however long that your period is, BT are doing this new student plan, which means you can get a 9-month or 12-month contract, and it's so much simpler and it means a lot less hassle. I'm actually happy to say that BT have been in contact with me, and that you can click the link here to get access to their BT student plan. They've got a stay fast guarantee, which basically means that if you aren't getting the speeds that you want, then they will give you £20 back. And also, I love a personal hotspot, and with BT student plan you can get access to 5 million hotspots around the UK. Now, who doesn't love free Wi-Fi? Because I love free Wi-Fi. Go down to the link below and sign up to this Wi-Fi, because it'd be an easy way to get great Wi-Fi, and you want that in your second year house, let me tell you. You don't want to be bickering about Wi-Fi. So, my course in second year. Now, I think that second year is usually when the motivation can either dip or get better, and for me it definitely dipped in the sense that I started to do things that I was doing quite a lot in first year, but just like in a little bit more detail, and it became quite, I don't know, I just wasn't enjoying it as much as what I thought I was going to, and that really scared me because it thought, you're putting a lot into your degree, a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort, and it worried me that in second year I was already feeling a little bit of I'm a bit bored now. A lot of people might disagree with me, but for me, I think second year is the best time to start taking risks on maybe some modules that you didn't know if you were going to be interested in, or to try and push your degree in different directions if you're not feeling as excited about it as you were when you started your first year. So for me, I actually surprised myself in first year and I ended up really enjoying accounting. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me, not sure why. So I decided to take a few accounting modules in second year, and it was one of my favourite things in second year. So I felt like it made me think of different career options and things that I might be interested in that I didn't think I was going to be interested in originally. I'd say it was definitely a mixed bag in second year of the lecturers that I had and the modules that I chose. I absolutely lived in the library in second year, and I didn't expect that because I did put in quite a lot of work in first year, but I felt like I took more on in second year. I became a member of the committee for the radio station Expression FM, which I'll talk about more later. And so I was shocked to find that I actually found a lot of time to be sat in the library stressing. If you go to the University of Exeter, you probably know that the study spaces aren't always the one, and they're always busy and they're usually full, and I think Exeter probably needs a lot more of them, but I would say to utilise as many of them as possible. In first year I used the loft a lot. If you haven't had the loft, it's like this little cute little study space, but I actually used the sanctuary and a lot of other places a lot more in second year because I was lazy and woke up at like 11 a.m. to go to the library, and then all of the spots were gone. I'd say definitely try and work on campus rather than at home because, like I said, keep your home like this nice, cozy, homely place, and then go to campus and be stressing and facing existential crisis, because that's what happened to me. In my second year, I also decided to do an internship, which I wasn't expecting because it's not what I originally signed up for, but I decided to change my course from the normal 3-year course to a 4-year course and do an internship. And I'd say it's one of the best things that I decided to do because, as I said, I found myself getting a little bit bored of the usual university lifestyle and my lectures, and getting out of uni and doing an internship has been really enlightening so far. And I know a lot of my friends who are doing years abroad have felt the same, so it's definitely something that I would recommend to go and check out if you haven't already decided to. The light is blinding me, so we're going to change this. Okay, we've given ourselves a little less light, even if the background is not as pretty. So I became head of marketing for the radio station Expression FM in second year, and it was probably the best thing that I did in second year. And I can't recommend enough getting into a society if you haven't started one, or trying for committee if you're already in a society from first year, because it definitely allowed me to get closer to people that I wouldn't usually have gotten closer to. I almost feel like you create a little family with your committee, and it's really nice to see one another doing different things within the society, but all focusing on this one goal of trying to improve whatever society that you're in. One thing I feel like I regret from second year is not trying to push myself more, join different societies, because that is something that I definitely did in first year, where I was like, I want to join badminton, I want to join the Expression, I want to join XTV, the TV station, and then in second year I sort of just was like stressing about being on committee and all the responsibility that came with that, I sort of forgot that I could join some new societies and get involved again. I feel like in second year, one important lesson I learnt was to try and say yes to new experiences. I ended up working as the videographer for our charity fashion show, and that was something that I really enjoyed, to get involved with a different society, and it was for the Rag Society, so it was all going to charity, so that felt like a really good thing to be doing. But I also think in fourth year, when I go back to uni, I would like to do something more charitable and more exciting. One of my friends did Ragopoly, which is basically where you have to try and get to as many different locations in the UK in like a Monopoly fashion. So that was really exciting, and it's something that I definitely would recommend to get involved with as many different events and societies as possible, because you don't want to be looking back on second year and thinking, God, why did I miss out on that? My house in second year became my best friends, and that was really, really exciting because I felt like we were already close but our relationships and friendships definitely changed. But second year is really nice in the sense that I feel like you're a little family in your home, and although I feel like we went out less than we did in first year, it felt more like we knew what clubs we liked and what nights out we liked, rather than being like, oh, we're going to go to everything and then, you know, having a few rubbish nights out. Also in second year, I felt like we did a lot more stuff in the house. We had a couple of house parties, even if our landlord thinks that we had about 1,000 because he hated us. With house parties, I would say that maybe slip a note like under the door to your neighbours. Our neighbours were really nice, but we had one party for my birthday and got really unlucky because our neighbour's daughter had her first A-level exam the next day. So maybe that wasn't the best thing to do, but it was something that we definitely learned, that it's just, you know, to like have a little PSA. I don't know about other universities, but I definitely found there was like a locals versus students dynamic, which is a real shame, I think, and something that I would like to be changed at Exeter. I don't know, it just sucks, doesn't it, that I felt like there was always this like animosity between the local Exeter people and us as students, because rather than first year where you're living like in a halls of residence, in second year your house is like slap bang in like the middle of like town or the middle of like a residential area. And I had a lot of times that I really struggled with the locals. For instance, once I parked my car in a place where I feel like everybody parked, like even the locals parked there, and these two lovely, not so lovely gentlemen decided to have a go at me and tell me to move my car very aggressively, which I did not enjoy, not at all. So yeah, I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover for my second year honest review of the University of Exeter. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any other questions. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you're heading into your first year, second year, third year, fourth year, then good luck to you. I hope it is a good year, a successful year, and just try your best, I guess. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you again soon for another video. See you later.